EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the new NFL season between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 24, Prescott. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
On third down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Now Prescott on fourth down. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Shaquille Barrett there pushing upfield to make the stop. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. Here's Prescott. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. To throw is Prescott. He's going to let it go again. He's got it with the 15. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there. First red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now first and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble at second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Play action. Now it's Brady. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
A lot of hype, of course, going into this one with the Cowboys and the Bucs. They met last year in the season opener. Remember, that was the night they raised the banner in Tampa. It was also Dak Prescott's comeback game, and the Bucs wound up winning 31-29 on a late Ryan Suckup.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Following the interception, here's Prescott.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On play action, Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by Maher is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Prescott.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. The kick by Maher is good, and that will make it 6-0.
So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter play. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll throw with Brady. He completes it to Julio Jones.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Julio Jones' year in Tennessee never really got going as he continued to battle injuries that followed him over from Atlanta. He believes he still has a couple of big seasons left in his career, and one more of those could see him climb into the top 10 or even the top 5 all-time in receiving yards.
That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone, but unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Brady now to throw. Try to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. That throw by Brady incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And this one is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Vita Vea stopped that play in its tracks. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play fake. Here's Prescott.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
Pollard will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Complete to Jones. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, and they go back to Harris. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now Brady. He completes it to Jones. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. Brady going to go on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. On play action, it's Brady. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Pass complete to Tolbert on the crossing route. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And the slot man goes in motion left. Final play of the half, Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Brady now on 1st down. It's Miller, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Najee Harris, well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up. But I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
2nd down and goal. Brady to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cade Otton with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Buccaneers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point put through by Succop, and that cuts this lead down to 13. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Third and long for Prescott. Eluding the pressure right.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one. But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On second down, this is Harris. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Brady. It's brought in by Harris. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Play action, now it's Brady. Got a man complete to Miller. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run again with Harris. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Evans has it left side. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because
and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Najee Harris, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives? And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Bucs are right back in this football game. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
The 71 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw complete to Otten.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Touchdown! Cade Otten making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Bucs are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, tried to help him shake it off, because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
5 yards remain on second down. To throw, Prescott.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it all rests now on the right foot of Brett Maher. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is good. And it'll be a good time in Big D tonight. The Cowboys have won it.
Well, partner, that'll do it. These Week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation, a fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start.
As always, a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Las Vegas Raiders
and the New Orleans Saints. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. First carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7.
Multiple plays combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. On third and long, it's Carr. Looking deep for Jennings. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Landry now on the return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, first and 10. Sets up play action. And the Raiders have got him. Stage to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
They'll run with a veteran. It's Dontrell Hilliard.
And some room to run now. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they controlling things right in the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. They'll run again with Hilliard. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Play fake. Winston. And Seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
The Saints have 1-6 now. And whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
Well, you know what they often say, winning breeds winning, but unfortunately, the flip side of that can be true as well because this is a club in desperate need of a spark out of somewhere. A big play on offense, turnover, takeaway on defense, something to get them pointed in the right direction. They need it quickly. Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching them try to take away that area of the field.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Winston.
Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll run. It's Hilliard. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 9 overall. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon.
Lutz with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now a play fake. Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Carr's throw complete here to Waller. He's got room at the 30.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Here's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. 7-7, our score after one. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Jordan Jenkins, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They cut him on back-to-back plays, breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play, and on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late, and that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
He will push his way down to about the 14. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. From the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Fourth down, Winston. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And the Raiders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they got to get...
He's got a man, complete. And he will score.
Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Winston now to throw on 1st down.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders will take over possession here up at the 44.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Working from the gun, it's Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
What now?
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A 1st down throw for Winston. And that is incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the...
And it'll be intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And the Saints are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They got the ball. And Winston lost the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Jameis to throw it. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Finds his man. That's Olave on the crossing route. And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28. Winston now. Here's Johnson with a reception. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Jameis again. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And now the rookie's free. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated into their own defense.
And he's going to go down again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. He's got a man, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On the run, this is Hilliard. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, Winston. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
He gets it left side to Johnson. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Winston to throw for it on 4th. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Hilliard. Room here to run. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
74 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Now a carry here for Hilliard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now Winston. And the Raiders have got him.
It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down.
Now Winston on 4th down. Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he is going to have the Saints first down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains.
It's good for the Saints. 1st and 10.
Kamara up the middle. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara,
52 yards.
and the Saints are able to cut into that deficit.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Demario Davis there on the stop. On play action, it's Carr. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. Touchdown, Raiders! 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr.
And the Raiders add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Saints 15.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw, Winston. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jordan Jenkins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. To throw is Winston. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
Abdullah to return. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Darren Waller with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Raiders have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th.
Carlson now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Raiders 41, Saints 15.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw complete there to Johnson.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. On 1st down, Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Adams.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Carr.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
What now?
They'll run it with Jacobs, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, obviously, Charles, no more points were needed, but some teams just can't resist the urge to keep adding on, and they did just that here in the 4th quarter.
And we've certainly been on the call to see many teams do exactly that over the years, Brandon. Some to even more impressive degrees. In the end, it always comes back to there's still a defense out there, and it's still a game of NFL football. So if you don't like what's happening, it's up to you to get them stopped.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Saints 15.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And it's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Second down and 12 at the 19-yard line. A give to Kamara running right. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Now Winston. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Jameis now on first down. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan.
And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best.